Chinese EVs have entered a full-blown price war. They're slashing prices so much that everything's fallen apart. And when I say everything's fallen apart, I mean it. Yeah, it's not just the EVs that are affected. The entire EV supply chain is basically collapsing. Just imagine the situation. This is the country that's basically the original master of starting price wars. If other countries don't want to play along, they've all just left the game. So it's just China fighting among themselves now. Just think about what's going to be left after that. So how did things end up like this? Let me tell you the story. If you'd like to support this video, you can do so via this QR code. Or if you want to support the Sci Many Monster channel, it's super easy. Just hit like, share, or chat with us right here. But what I'd really love is if you could subscribe, so when I post the next video, we can meet again. Sounds good, right? Thank you. EV car prices, right now, wow, they just keep getting cheaper and cheaper. Honestly, if you're a consumer in China, because the prices are lowest in China, right? If you're a consumer in China, you might think, wow, this is great if prices keep dropping like this. So buying a car should be easier, right? Like, if I want to own a car, it sounds good, but reality is different. Since the real estate market crashed, China shifted focus to high tech, and one of those areas is EVs. This has actually been a long-term plan. I even made a video called The Plan to Become an EV Superpower. You can check it out. China's long commitment actually led to the market collapse, dragging everything down. This intense EV price war wasn't the original intention. It only really started in 2022 when Tesla realized they had to compete on price with China. So Tesla decided to cut the prices of their EVs made in China, a big reduction. Of course, China wasn't going to just sit back because they're the masters of price wars, right? Especially the biggest player, BYD. At that time, BYD was already a major EV brand, and they announced they'd slash prices even lower than Tesla. Back then, even I thought, yeah, this EV price war, I thought it would just be a short-term thing. Tesla announces a price cut, BYD announces a price cut, they battle it out for a bit, and then prices would probably go back up. But as time went on, up until now, I've started to rethink that. Maybe the prices aren't going to go back up after all, because in the past 2 or 3 months, the price war among Chinese EV brands has gotten even more intense. BYD announced price cuts on all their EV and hybrid models, 22 models in total. This BYD Seagull model, for example, is sold in China for just $8,000 US. Converted to Thai baht, that's less than 250,000 per car. China's is really slashing car prices to the point where you can get a fully functional car for this low. The question is, who could possibly compete with China? The answer is no one can. That's why most Western car brands in China have already bowed out of this price war. They're leaving the battlefield before even putting up a fight because it's just too painful to compete. The Western players may have left the board, but the price war isn't over yet. The ones still in the game are all local players, Chinese companies themselves. This is the original, straight-up price war, now with only Chinese companies left competing against each other. And this round of the price war is absolutely ruthless. They keep slashing prices, competing to cut them lower and lower. They don't care if there's no profit or revenue left at all. You could say no one's showing any mercy to anyone. As a result, out of all the Chinese EV companies competing on the board, more than 100 in total, now they're lining up to go bankrupt, one after another. As for the companies that are still standing and able to keep fighting in this price war, it doesn't mean they're actually making revenue, turning a profit, or even surviving on their own. It's because these are EV companies with sponsors. And by sponsors, I mean the local provinces in China. When I say that local Chinese provinces are sponsoring private EV companies, to put it formally, what's happening is that local Chinese provinces are intervening in the operations of private EV companies by providing them with funding. I'll explain in a bit where these provinces are getting the money from, but what's clear is that this kind of intervention is making the price war even worse than before. The reason why a company can slash prices as much as it wants to compete is because there's a huge amount of capital backing them up. And it's exactly this kind of funding that's going to push China's economy back into a debt crisis. Like I mentioned before, Chinese EV companies don't have to back down at all in this price war. They can keep fighting because they have massive funding from local provinces that are always ready to support them. Now, just imagine if a significant number of companies aren't even focusing on the amount of profit or revenue they can make, but are just willing to keep aggressively cutting their prices as much as they want. A lot of companies are doing exactly the same thing because they've got those local provinces backing them with money. The question I asked at the beginning was, where do these local provinces get the money to support these companies in waging such intense price wars? The answer is they borrow it. What this essentially implies is that there could be a vast number of various other corporations listed on China's stock exchange that operate their day-to-day business activities without showing any concern whatsoever about exactly how much money they actually make, how much profit they earn, or how much they lose. As long as they have financial backing from the local government, they can keep fighting with all they've got, and no one knows where the money comes from. Oh, someone just borrows the money for them. That's what the Chinese stock market looks like right now. The reason local provinces are investing in Chinese EV companies is because at one point, everyone could see that Chinese EVs were booming and thriving, right? It really looked like, they had a very bright future. That's why local Chinese provinces chose to invest, because they had already suffered heavy losses before. What did they lose so much on? This is déjà vu, Wesley. They lost big because of the real estate crisis in China. Every company in China thought that real estate prices would just keep going up and up and up. That made companies, local governments, and basically anyone with the power to borrow money or invest go all in, pouring everything they had into building as many houses as possible because they figured the prices would just keep going up no matter what. But when the crisis hit, housing prices crashed. Things didn't turn out as expected. The money they borrowed to build houses ended up being a problem because housing prices dropped, so they couldn't pay back the loans. This led to a full-blown real estate crisis in China, with damage spreading everywhere. As for how local provinces managed to have so much money and were able to borrow so much, how did that happen? Let me explain first. China is a huge country, right? Each province is also really big. You could say that one Chinese province is about the size of Thailand. This is completely normal. So in one province, they have the rights to own a lot of land, quite a significant amount. So the local provinces can use their own land as collateral to secure loans. And yes, the local provinces have really gone all out borrowing money to support EV companies. To that extent, that's the reason, because they already got burned before with the real estate crisis. But then suddenly, well, it turns out EVs might not be as great as they thought. And they borrowed way beyond their means like that. There's a very high chance they'll repeat the same cycle and fall into a debt crisis again. The local governments have a massive amount of debt, over 20 trillion US dollars. If anyone wants to know more in-depth information about China's debt, I actually covered it in this video. Check out the video on China's debt. And when China's EV industry started to look like, is it going to collapse or not? Is it going to collapse or not? When it's this shaky, do you know what's going on? It's like someone with a big wound who then gets a blood infection. The damage spreads right into the EV supply chain. The price of solar industry products has dropped by about 80%. The cost of steel has fallen to its lowest level since 2017. As for the price of glass prices are at their lowest in 9 years because when EVs can't sell, right, the suppliers can't sell either. The EV companies were like, hey, I can only sell at these lower prices, so they go and pressure the suppliers, asking if they can sell to them at even cheaper prices, whether it's battery suppliers or whoever else. What can they do, right? They just have to sell for less, don't they? So they have to agree to lower their prices for the EV companies. And when the EV companies drop their selling prices a lot, they end up barely making any profit or revenue, and their cash flow, there's just not much of it. So it turns out they don't have enough money to pay their suppliers or settle their trade debts, which is why they end up issuing this kind of note instead. It's called a promissory note. It's a document that the EV companies give to their suppliers, basically saying, I promise I'll pay you, but it'll be a bit late. Man, if you're a supplier, you'd be so stressed. There's really nothing you can do about it. You have to lower your prices, and on top of that, they pay late too. This has caused, in the industrial sector overall, the highest number of companies operating at a loss since 2001. And if we look at the Chinese economy, you'll see that right now, the number of bankrupt companies is surging again. See, the last three bars keep rising higher and higher from 2022 to 2023 to 2024. So to sum it up, the damage happening to the EV industry in China isn't just limited to the EV sector, and that's it. It spreads out to the macroeconomic level of China. And at the macro level, there are two main effects. Let me summarize them for you. First, it intensifies China's deflation problem. China has already been dealing with deflation, and recently it was announced that they've had 4 consecutive months of deflation. You can check it out in this clip. China's deflation is toxic. Now, EV companies are engaging in a price war, which is impacting their suppliers, who must also lower their own prices. Plus, payments are delayed. This makes things even worse, further stagnating goods as prices just continue to drop lower and lower. As prices keep falling, it makes consumers even less willing to buy things. Because why should I buy today when next week it'll be even cheaper? And the second thing, which is really scary, is what's happening in the EV industry right now. Whether it's local provinces stepping in to subsidize EV companies so they can engage in price wars, this is going to drag China's local provinces back into a debt crisis again. Even though the last time, they still haven't solved it yet. The Chinese government itself isn't exactly thrilled about domestic companies waging intense price wars like this either. They've even issued warnings that this kind of price war is called involution. It doesn't lead to any real development at all. It only makes the industry weaker and weaker, piling up massive, unstable debt. And it also squeezes capital. In May, the Chinese government issued a warning through the media, saying that no one wins in a price war. They also summoned 16 Chinese EV companies for talks to get them to stop. Stop cutting prices right now, and also stop excessively delaying payments to suppliers. Actually, China hasn't really faced severe deflation like this before. This is the first time it's happened like this. China has actually experienced severe deflation twice before, in 1990 and 2010. Back then, the deflation was caused by state-owned enterprises producing too many goods, which led to prices dropping sharply. So the Communist Party ordered those state-owned companies to cut supply to reduce production so that prices could go back up. But what's happening now is different from back then, because at that time it was state-owned companies, right? But now most EV companies are private businesses. So the Chinese government does have the authority to give orders. But since these are truly private companies, there's a chance that private companies won't follow the Chinese government's orders 100%. So ordering them to cut supply might not work because those companies might not comply. This makes solving the problem even more complicated because instead they have to try to increase demand. And the way to increase demand for EVs, currently it's quite difficult because China is in a trade war. The world's biggest market, the US, has raised tariffs and trade barriers, saying, we don't want Chinese EVs. And America's allies, like Europe, have also added tariffs on Chinese EVs as well. So if the solution to the EV problem is to boost demand by selling abroad, honestly, it's unlikely that China will be able to break into the US or European markets. So then where can they go? For big markets, we have to look at China. China is a massive one. Or they could look at Southeast Asia. The 10 countries in Southeast Asia seem to have a good partnership going on. But the problem is, if there's no demand from the US or Europe, and they have to sell back in China or in Southeast Asia, they can't sell at the same prices as before. So they'll have to lower the prices even more to match the local consumers' purchasing power. In China or Southeast Asia, it might just end up back where it started, with another round of price competition or a price war. So for anyone thinking about buying or investing in a Chinese EV, it might be wise to take things a bit slow for now. From my personal perspective, I truly believe that EVs, especially Chinese EVs, most certainly have a bright future ahead of them. But that future will only belong to the specific companies that can actually survive this intense Chinese EV price war.